Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look again at Solana, seeing what's going on. Holding very strong in this range. Even in light of Bitcoin pulling back a little bit, it bounced fairly well. So again, awesome stuff here for Solana. I just reviewed Bitcoin and it does look like we're forming a range, basically a bullish rectangle, which is commonly a pretty strong breakout pattern if we can maintain this range leading into early next week. Obviously this is a weekend, different strategy altogether, but alts are for the most part flying and Solana does look like it wants to. It just wrenched up to about 150, pulled back because Bitcoin just pulled back a little bit, but super strong here. I think we're going to probably see a breakout. Let's talk about that and a few other things. While we load up our liquidation levels, I just ask you quickly hit the like button. Don't forget to do that in every video. Helps us grow the channel and get this in front of more people. Get us back on track. Unfortunately, we were offline for about 48 hours while some wonderful hackers from Russia decided to borrow my YouTube channel for a couple days. So well done, folks. You guys are really shining stars. I'm sure you're going straight to heaven when you pass. So let's take a look here at Solana, double check a few things. We want to see liquidation levels, which right now 150 to 154 is that potential area. So we did just see that sweep there of that upper range, but the key takeaway here is that there's not a lot of liquidation, like a heavy concentration, until you get upwards of like 165 or 162 to 165, right? So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roughly $5 billion in liquidation at that level. But right here, I mean, there's 1 billion at 153, just above the local high. So keep that in mind. And that's just something to be aware of. Okay. So again, it doesn't mean the price is going to just take off because it happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little candle wick up here. What we're ultimately looking for is for the price to wick up like this here, and then to maintain that new range. And then that's when you consider it long because we're honoring our ascending trend and staying above all moving averages. So let's take a look at that and confirm where we're at. We're going to verify if there's any fair value gaps left remaining, which there are. You got to recognize there was a pretty significant jump here from 134 to 142. Or 140 rather, and we can see this pretty sizable fair value gap. Now again, these are not guaranteed to get filled right away. In general though, for the most part, at some point they usually get filled later. Okay, so just keep in mind if the price does pull back to this local area like the 130, upper 130s, that'd be a solid consideration for a long. 136 would be the best case scenario because that is that local 0.618 fib level. Once again, that's just based on the retracement. Oftentimes you'll see a rejection there. So that is hypothetically a good situation, but best case scenario, honestly, is a pivot off this 140, this 0.5 fib level, and that's more so the macro. I've got two different fib levels pulled up here. If you're kind of confused by the charts, I'll clean it up. I'll send out our playout chart on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord as per usual. It looks a little something like this here, in case you're not familiar. It's available there for you if you're curious, right? So anyways, the whole point of me mentioning that is that we want to be mindful that we could still see a pullback, but it seems less likely as Bitcoin continues to range. So once more, still a little caveat there. You got to recognize this is a weekend, and range-bound activity on weekends is very common for Bitcoin. So we'll really see on Sunday evening when Asian markets open and or Monday morning when traditional markets open. We'll find out more at that point. Between now and then, it's looking like a favorable weekend for altcoins. Bitcoin dominance is pulling back. Most alts are, I wouldn't say surging, but some of them are. And it's just something to be mindful of. Anyways, let's get to it here. Good trend strength, MACD converging, stochastic swinging up, RSI, and money flow index are high. When money flow index is above the RSI, generally speaking, that's a very favorable sign. Okay, so we want to always pay attention to that. And it basically just implies that the concept here is that Solana is not oversold, and there's a lot of money flowing into it. That implies the price is going to continue further up because of that, right? Because psychologically, people think it's a good value still, and it hasn't, it's got tons of money flowing into it. So why wouldn't that be a positive sign? Taking a look here though, we are getting close to a resistance range right at 70 in the RSI on the 4 hour. That's a common area of rejection, so just know we're going to need a lot more volume to blast through that. This being a weekend, maybe not. But once more, you have more volatility on weekends sometimes too. So either way you look at it, it's still a very positive sign with stochastic having swung all the way down, the price action staying right in this range. It implies this next leg up should be positive. However, there is, of course, a MACD divergence on the horizon. Some people put a lot of weight into this. I used to at some point, but it really depends on the confirming factors. Everything else is looking bullish. Why take a MACD divergence and trade into that? It makes no sense. The key takeaway here, I think, is that being above all moving averages, we have a lot of money flowing to this coin. It makes zero sense to consider shorting right now. Once again, the price will probably pull back a little bit. And if it does, good for you for catching that short with a 100x leverage trade, posting on Twitter how awesome you are. That's just not how crypto should be traded, right? I know that's kind of the mentality most people have, but if you treat crypto with respect, you'll probably get a lot more return back to you, right? And that is, of course, financially beneficial. However, taking a look here, TSI is starting to lose itself. There are some identifications the price could pull back. I just think it's very unlikely considering the overall sentiment. We look at the hourly, we're going to get some confirming factors here that we're above the cloud. Most coins are looking like this. Bitcoin has a very similar structure. However, when we look at this here, we can recognize that the lagging spend is starting to come free and clear of the price action. Conversion line's back over the baseline. We have a lot of reasons here, almost 3 out of 3 reasons to basically consider a long position at this point. Now again, taking a long into the weekend with altcoins can be potentially hazardous. But at this point, I really feel like we're more likely to see a leg up than we are to see a leg down. If we do see a leg down, it'll be fully welcomed. I have some alerts set just in case, so we can take a long in the 140 range. But between now and then, if the price goes up, it would make more sense than the price going down right now. But just know, weekends are very funky, and that's just kind of the way it goes. All right, so have fun with that. Anyways, that's kind of where we're at. I'll update our playout chart here soon. Again, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment below. If you want to become part of our Trading Academy community and Signal group, jump on over here. Be mindful, there's a lot of unfortunate scammers. They try to impersonate me too. This is what one of our community members is highlighting. So make sure you read through our report scams sections. These people are clever. They're going to try to catch you off guard. I'll never direct message you. But future reference, we are trading very well with our day trading bot. Solana, ICP, Litecoin, and XRP are the nice trades here for today. It's been a good little profitable morning so far for our community. So congrats on that. Thanks again for the awesome feedback. We'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.